Oh man.
Zombies.
Quite normal looking so far.
Yes,
Zombies.
when the undead first appeared in Call of Duty World at War, it would lead us here to today. From that moment, zombies sparked a love for fighting the undead, bringing
They got a
its
whole
unique
set,
DNA
that's
to
cool.
the Call of Duty
I
experience.
think it's the same,
That's a great set.
Playing
same
solo
set
or
from
co-op, working to solve puzzles
the Modern
or
War-
unlock Easter eggs,
from
facing
MP, I think
the
so.
Yeah,
waves
multiplayer.
of the undead
Right.
Agreed.
delivers fast, fun action with just one objective: survive. Black Ops Cold War sets the stage for
That's
Dog's really nice in real life.
There we go, Project Elation
Oh, oh.
at the back.
Yep, yep.
heritage, but uses it as an inspiration to build a completely
Looks like it
new
was spelled
chapter in our
different.
universe. Today, we cover the characters, the backstory, and
Wait,
weapons
what?
the development team. Some
Is that
of
8
whom
player
quite
zombies?
literally helped to build it one zombie at a time. But first, let's check out the worldwide premiere of our new zombie.
Here we go, boys.
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh god.
Okay,
Looks
so
so
it's
good.
this woman, right? There's the combo
Oh my god.
next to the train station.
Feeling very Shadows of Evil right now.
True.
Weaver.
Watch it. Watch the tape.
Here we go.
What the hell is that?
Oh, fuck.
That transit?
It's very World War II-esque.
That looked very
Yes, I
dark
love
ether.
that.
Requiem actual strike team is on the ground. Investigate the site. Contain the threat.
Roger.
Yeah.
Nice.
That knocked? Was that knocked?
Yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
looked like a knocked pillars. 100%.
What was that?
Box
Hey.
location. Copyright music.
Good song.
Oh, funny. Okay.
Strike team, report. What the hell just happened?
That's a large area.
Is that a...
That's literally
Okay.
just tapping into the dark ether.
Yeah, right? Whoa.
You want this?
Sentry gun, what?
I'm really digging this music.
Yeah.
This is a really classic look,
Elementals.
dude. This is so
That
Treyarch zombies.
looks like...
Oh, the nuke.
Elemental zombies.
Chaos. Yep, there's outside knock. For sure.
Is it?
This is really large.
Yes,
Thunder
you.
gun?
Yeah.
Wait. Okay, I was about to say, is that the gun from Transit?
Yeah, there's a very
Whatever the fuck that is.
It looks like that character, the big guy from Chaos, but as a dog.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Blight Father.
Yeah, the light by the dog.
Help is on the way.
Extraction. Okay.
What?
What the fuck? Shock.
Kill streaks.
Pack.
What the hell?
Invincibility?
element. Oh my
Very
god.
good.
What?
Okay.
Russian.
That is
Feel
a
it?
lot of information.
What was that? Oh, I missed that. Yeah, of course. It's
Woods,
And they-
woods.
Oh my god.
what?
It's here! It's here! Yes! Yes!
After so many
Woods and
games,
zombies!
so many
Oh, it's Craig
chapters,
Houston.
With Black Ops
Oh,
Cold
I wasn't
War,
expecting him
we're
to make a
starting
return.
fresh, embarking on a completely different story within our universe.
That hair, though.
It's in our universe! Yes!
led by different
Okay.
characters.
I knew
We've
that
got
shit
new
already,
ways
but
to
I
play,
just excited.
Anchored by new ways of progressing. We've got a different time period. Cold War Zombies wasn't just our opportunity to open up a different chapter.
It was our opportunity to elevate the entire zombies experience. It's a chapter we
Dark
call
Ether, right?
The Machine.
There we go.
As we set out to build something completely new, we were inspired to pay homage to zombies' undead roots,
Interesting.
to celebrate our
The
origin
perks look like...
with one of our most familiar and signature
Like
locations.
arcade machines.
Yeah.
Dachter und Toten.
Yep.
Oh, what a shot.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
There it is.
We finished a story,
Wow.
but we're still in that same universe, and this is the next
Finish the
chapter.
story.
There you
Okay.
go.
At the very end of Black Ops 4, our
Same
characters
universe.
sacrificed themselves to
Wait.
collapse the multiverse.
Here we go.
and Try and
Yep.
create a singular world where zombies didn't exist. And they were half right.
This is a Cold War story.
What does that mean?
And it will be driven by a diverse group of
Half
organizations
right.
and characters. Players are part of
It has to be
Requiem,
Dark Ether then, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it looked like it.
response
Yeah.
team led by Weaver.
On the wall it says Project End
Russian
Station.
American who will be familiar
God
to
damn
Black
it.
Ops fans.
By the time you arrive on the hunt for answers,
Silverback?
Higashina will have been ravaged by time. On the surface, you'll see a boarded-up bunker. But below the surface lies a nefarious set of decades-old secrets primed to upset.
Let's
the
go.
Is it all under knock?
The players
Yeah.
will find
Yep.
themselves at
That's
odds
cool.
with a team of Soviet-led rivals known as Omega Group.
Omega?
We're just as interested
Yeah.
in studying and harnessing the power of
Okay, Omega Soviet.
manifesting around the globe. Beyond these two warring groups, they'll encounter characters with unknown agendas who operate in the field, delivering insights and intel on this new world's fiction.
The intel you receive and recover is a huge component of our storytelling in Cold War. And for the first time, an innovative new intel system will make content accessible on demand anytime.
There's a lot to uncover.
What does that
No
mean?
one's ever seen before.
Look like terminals.
Let's get into the gameplay. It starts
Yeah.
with delivering all your favorite elements. Relentless round-based action, the Pack-a-Punch machine, power-up drops, the mystery box, along with the return of some of our classic perks.
Speed Cola.
That's
We've
like
also
interesting
taken a
looking
fresh
speed color.
eye to the core gameplay loop to let you drop in and have fun faster than ever.
The gameplay is classic, but it's going to be tonally quite fresh. You'll find our updates this year have focused on one thing above all, embracing what makes zombies so much fun.
That starts with progression. This year, we've unified progression and loadouts across all of Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. That means wherever you play across multiplayer zombies, your global rank
Yes,
and weapons
Yo,
stays
that's
connected.
awesome.
You'll be unlocking
Yeah, that's
weapons
great.
and equipment, score streaks that will be usable
Score streaks.
across the entire
There it is.
game.
Score streaks for sure.
No more starting with a pistol.
Loving it.
Bring in your AR.
What?
Your SMG. Whatever
Whoa.
you're feeling.
Oh
I don't know
man.
about that.
And with all weapons
Yeah,
boosting
same.
rarity with power levels, you can continue to increase your gun's damage potential however you choose. Every gun has a path to become an uber weapon.
You'll have a lethal, tactical, and support slot. Not only can you craft, pick up, or find equipment and support in zombies,
Craft,
but you can
yeah.
now use them in combination, which delivers some insanely fun moments.
Traditionally in zombies, the only way out was death. A new exfil system solves this.
Things get tense
Exfil,
and the squad's in
alright.
trouble, you have the option to exfil
It's
to a
interesting.
chopper and earn some rewards. But only if you can
Okay.
survive
Going
a
Left
few
4
more rounds
Dead.
with zombie spawns dialed up to
Yeah.
11.
This is shaping up to be our most epic zombies experience ever.
For
Hey.
the first time,
Monkey
post-launch
Palms.
content is going to be free. As new maps come out, everyone's
Yes,
going to
there it
overcome
is.
the journey as we
It's
take
free.
them through this storyline.
Lastly, canon is canon. And we've put a story to rest. But as you comb through this new universe, don't be surprised if some things don't want to stay dead.
Yeah, they're totally focusing on that portal. That has to be the Dark
This
Eater.
is the most
What, like
connected and
people?
robust zombies
Like
experience in
teams,
history.
maybe?
It also delivers a first for zombies.
I like to hear.
Fully cross-play experience with progression
Yeah.
systems that tie zombies
I like to
the
hear
battle pass.
Craig Houston
We're
say
dropping
canon is
free
canon. It's a
post-launch
lot
zombies
different
content to the community
tonally
for the
than
first time as well.
than
We're honored to
Blundell
have you with us
saying
on this
that.
journey. We're glad that you could join us for today's first look.
My God, that looks like those are moon zombies. They look so much like moon zombies.
Mm.
Whole shirtless green pants thing.
Okay, okay.
That's a lot to
Oh,
unpack.
son.
October 8th? Did they
Okay,
announce
so-
that already? So, are you going to be able to use your Warzone players? Or is it like actually.
Oh God, I hope not.
It did.
Because it kind of did look like Warzone characters in there.
It did
to me.
sound like that they are going to be introducing, like, you can play as anyone kind of thing, just a skin. It didn't seem like it was. The only characters that may be constant will be the main characters that we see in cutscenes, rather than the characters we play as, which kind of
That's
takes
honestly
it.
disappointing.
Yeah, that kind of takes it out of the personality kind of feel to it.
Right.
If it goes that
Maybe-
way, obviously we don't know.
Maybe it's going to be similar to the way Alpha Omega was, where you had 8 possible characters. And in theory, like if you think of Alpha Omega canonically had all 8 characters on the map, but since it's a 4-player mode, you can only have 4 at a time. It didn't mean the other 4 weren't there in the story. You just couldn't experience them in the game. So maybe all the characters that they're going to allow to skin into the map are canonically there. They're just, you don't have them all present at the same time in your game.
Right.
Which I mean, so
There's some,
I would hope that it doesn't mean any type of Warzone player. So maybe specific like Cold War characters. I hope that you'll be able to choose.
Holy crap, Treyarch is tweeting a lot of stuff right now.
So,
November 13th.
something he did say in there was like you can just like drop in, like.
I heard him say that. I wasn't sure what he meant by that.
So does that mean kind of like it doesn't really matter who you play as and what loadout you have? You just drop in, play a few rounds, and drop out again, kind of thing.
Yeah, I wasn't totally clear on that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, they tweeted out, "Welcome to the first chapter in the Dark Ether story."
There you go.
Damn
then.
it!
That's
Damn it.
confirmation.
Yeah, that is confirmation.
Wait. Average what?
No, I was holding on to the last sliver of hope
That
that
wasn't
we
Dark Ether.
weren't going Dark Ether.
Oh man.
So expand on that. Why? What's the
Because it invalidates all of Ether.
why?
Just like
What?
because like it just comes back and what are we going to be trying to do? Like another cosmic like conflict
right.
to suppress the Dark Ether again? Like okay, if we're going to, I'm going to make this rant short because I know I can go long-winded, so apologies. But yeah, no, I know you do. And it's probably going to be much more intellectual than mine. But oh dear, I'm losing my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, it just invalidates it all because I mean the only option I think here is if we keep the knowledge of the two parties interested, Omega and Requiem, if we keep their knowledge of the grand universe or the grand powers beyond at such a limit that they don't know that they're up against cosmic forces, that then like maybe we don't end up in that situation where we're in a cosmic war again. I just like another war trying to suppress tentacle monsters. Like we already did that for 2 whole games. Like I am just not.
I feel like they're really grounding this with all the kind of.
Great.
I feel like maybe they won't. But what I was going to say is, did Weaver call her Sam, the girl in the trailer?
Oh, I didn't.
And then she said it's happening again.
What?
Are you?
I'm just gonna re-listen to that.
Yeah, I'm looking now.
Right, so she's
Wait.
on the phone.
Are there subtitles?
Yeah, she called. He called her Sam.
Oh my God!
I
Stop!
totally missed that.
Stop!
2 seconds.
Oh, it is. That is okay.
This is the girl with the longest lifespan of anyone in the
I'm
universe.
just trying to find out her accent. 2 seconds.
It sounds more Russian, but
Well, she probably grew up.
yeah, I was gonna say she.
Watch the tape, German. This is Samantha.
The tape? Oh my God!
Watch the tape. Yeah, that's Samantha Maxis. It's got to be on it.
Holy crap! Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's
This is
insane.
lit.
I want to be I want to be disappointed, but I'm so excited.
I'm actually pretty hyped.
So these tweets. So, Black Ops Cold War Zombies represents a new beginning with a fresh story and new ways to play set in the 1990s of the Cold War. It's an opportunity to elevate the entire Zombies experience while paying homage to everything that made Zombies so damn fun to begin with. Welcome to the first chapter in the Dark Ether story. Welcome to Die Machine. At the end of Black Ops 4, yeah, that's the quote that he's already said. You'll play as members of Requiem, a CIA-based international response team led by Grigory Weaver. Under his guidance, your team is tasked with investigating and suppressing the unnatural phenomena occurring in the facility below, no matter the cost. Requiem features a diverse supporting cast drawn from the finest minds across various military and scientific fields. They, along with Weaver, will help advise players on their journey. All the classic Zombies elements are here: round-based survival, fan favorites, perks, blah blah blah, and yeah.
You got the return of perks. I'm hyped for that.
So Requiem
It is a checklist of stuff. Really, like what?
Fast progression as well. That's interesting.
I'm kind of interested in. You said blah blah blah, but I actually kind of am interested in what was that? What all the details? So that.
Sorry.
You're good.
Fan favorite perks: the Pack-a-Punch machine, wall buys, the mystery box, and more.
Okay.
So it was just what they said
no
in the
mention of
trailer.
gobblegums yet.
I hope.
I don't think
I hope
gobblegums.
they've gone.
I would be okay with them being gone. They're kind of like a drug. Like I love having, but at the same time, I feel like it's better without them.
Play, right? With the Perca-Colas?
Oh no.
Or was he just lying about making like
Wait, hold on. Am I crossing Rad and Water's voices again? Hold on.
It's Water.
Okay, that's what I thought. It's like I was like, I'm pretty sure this is Water, but
Well, because canonically, right? In Black Ops 3, they confirmed that he was the one that kind of instilled that idea in the minds of the.
It says he gave him a nut, but
right. I guess these are different.
I mean, what? I think he's lying. You know what? He's lying. He's full of shit.
And that's obvious. That's obvious.
I mean, here we are. We're back. I mean, these perk machines are in a Group 935 base.
Oh, wait, whoa, upgradable perks.
Well, Group 935. I mean.
Oh well, yeah. See, that's what I'm mad about. Like, I don't really. Are we really gonna get another zombies origin story?
No.
They're Nazis. They're Nazis.
Yes, but no.
I wonder if they're. I wonder if this is like the real, quote unquote, the real universe, and that portal that they're like that dark portal is the dark ether that the Russians opened up, and that's what's making all the zombies come back in.
Yeah,
that's my idea. So that would mean Monty.
So this isn't a zombie facility.
They're all still in the dark ether.
Yeah.
But the zombies will be the only ones that come through. I can see them doing that.
Well,
but they did say dark ether, like the story of dark ether.
Also take the quote that some things don't want to stay dead. Mm-hmm. That could be just be obviously zombies, but obviously he's alluding to the fact that maybe past characters that we have locked away in the dark ether may escape. Is what I would take away from that.
That's alive would be Transit Crew, right? Yeah,
Okay.
Monty and
Shadow
Man. That's all I can think of.
Or are they alive? They're like I would think they suffered the same fate as the rest of the Apothicons and Keepers, right? By the point of Alpha Omega, they would have been annihilated too. Or
well, they get wiped away in Tog der Toten. Right?
That's what I'm saying. Wait, did I say Alpha Omega? I meant Tog. Yeah.
But the Ultimus crew and Primus crew, they both get like poisoned, so I think they're dead.
Oh, so they come back as zombies.
But, yeah, that's true. Oh, that'd be interesting.
Here's two things. One, I ask that they please not go and create another Nazi organization that experimented with. In this case, it would be tapping into the. Right. Well, the facility. Well, the zombies. I think the facility is. Well, no, actually, I'm positive at this point that the facility is a Nazi facility. The reason you see the Russians going in is you see at the beginning of the trailer them walking towards it. I think it's what they found.
Oh, okay.
No, the Russian is Omega Team.
Okay, right.
Well, see, I think Omega Team. Oh my gosh, I have theories happening here. I don't know if they say Omega, if they mean Omega Team is like a modern or as in meaning 1980s Russian operative group, or if Omega Team is the World War II group, which presents two weird possibilities. One, that we're actually at odds with a group that's acting during World War II, which means that there's a time. I want to say time dilation, but I think that is actually correct, which would be like a time dilation competition, so you're actually competing with someone who did something in the past, or whether Omega, whether you're actually going to have two groups in the 1980s competing, and that's just the initial expeditionary team. 90s, yeah. Or or whether that's the World War II group of Russians is just the original expeditionary team, not really Omega. It's just depicting the first discovery of the facility.
Right.
I'm just scrolling through the trailer again. Right at the end, when we see woods and the map's dark, that looks like a completely separate mode, because there's like illuminations. There's a massive what looks like a jellyfish in the sky.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of like fairy dusty.
Jellyfish in the sky.
Did you guys play Raven the Redwood from Infinite Warfare?
I believe this might be a separate mode where we can play as custom characters. I'll just post that in the chat.
Yeah, it's the same map.
Same map, just a different mode, I'm guessing. Everything's kind of like mystical.
Woods. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
The fact that they
got to still be Group 935 though. The only opposition I have to that, or the only issue I have with that, is that we already have two separate Group 935 origin stories.
The zombie that's like in the hazmat suit has like a hammer and sickle on him, on his like pouch. Let me print screen share. So I think this is a different organization. I could be wrong.
What the crap is that jellyfish? Man, so last time we had octopi in the sky, now we have jellyfish in the sky. Like, what's going on here? Who gave freaking Lovecraft control? Yeah, okay, so I think it wouldn't be surprising because, and we theorized from the beginning that it was going to be mixed Russians and Nazis.
I guess
I'm definitely seeing Nazis here.
Yeah,
are y'all not? Like,
there's red armbands. I'm just trying to get.
Oh, you know what? You might be right about the zombies coming back from Dark Ether because there's the one that has the barbed wire on him, the reminiscent of Origin.
Yeah, Origins. Yeah.
I said those look like moon zombies. Yeah. Yep.
Or zombies like.
So it looks like the experiment here, and hopefully it's Group 935, so we don't have to deal with yet another group. Or maybe we're going to see 601.
If you go like 350, that guy that was with the gas mask dude in the the teaser images, it looks like he's the one that's. Oh no! I guess they're the ones that are setting up after, I guess.
Yeah, they're coming in and trying to reverse engineer. Whatever the Nazis were trying to do.
Well, it looks like they're just trying to. They're using it for a storage facility with the amount of crates and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, well, yeah, because then you have the scene where the zombies break free and they didn't expect it. Well, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure that was like the initial group, and then. I don't know. Yeah, because they came in there, and there were already zombies there.
Yeah, which actually to take that that's the thing. I think that's who was it that said the zombies are coming back from the Dark Ether. I think that's the thing is the experiment here was not the creation of zombies. And like I said, I hope it's Group 935 again because at least that remains consistent. Like even when universes are reset, the universes recollapse, at least the same organizations exist because the same people exist and so on and so forth. But like. In this case, Group 935 would be experimenting with. Oh no, wait! I just looked at this one shot. The original footage of the Russians going into the facility. There's the Russian walking up behind the Nazi at the computer, and that Nazi is a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the experiment here is the Dark Ether, tapping into the Dark Ether because this massive machine that's in the center that we saw in the teaser, that's creating a literal portal.
Do you think it?
So that's the experimentation of this universe is to get into the Dark Ether, not
to either draw power from the Dark Ether or just to literally open a portal straight into it.
Oh, yeah, true. It could be one of both.
Because our Nocturne Totem's all like graffiti and stuff. Obviously, it could be like years after, right?
That's what they said in the trailer, that it's years after.
Okay.
Yeah, we're operating
like it's stacked realities, and that's why they're surprised to see zombies there. That makes sense.
I was kind of thinking that too. Yeah. And that's why I said maybe like a time dilation thing, almost like if the group that we're seeing, that group of Russians during the World War II era Russians, if that's Omega Group, then and it says we're going to be competing with them. I mean, we're in the 80s or 90s. What?
There's that Omega symbol on the teaser.
Do they have of the actual Russians, like those World War II Russians? So they are confirmed to be Omega?
No, I have no idea. I'm just saying like the image from the teaser they put out with the zombie and this like scratched through. On that one image, and then there's like an Omega symbol on it.
Yes, but I'm uncertain. Sorry?
In the top right, or do you mean the Call of Duty Zombies HD image thing, where the hammer and sickle and the guys stood? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't know too much about what you're talking about, but
I guess what I'm saying is like we haven't seen Omega yet. Like so far, we've seen Requiem. So Requiem is the characters is the CIA funded organization, right? So that's a lot of, like the gameplay that we're seeing here is from the perspective of Requiem. So who is Omega? Is Omega a 1980s top secret Soviet task force, or is it the original World War II task force that discovered the site? Because if it is, and if we're competing with them, I think that is indicative of potential for stacked realities, because you've got, I mean, you're competing with a group that was there 40 to 50 years before you were.
Right.
So how is that even possible without some sort of like overlay happening?
Right.
So I'm really interested to see. I almost kind of like that idea. We're going to have some form of time warping.
Do you think that like weird reality that we see Woods in is us like when we go through the portal?
Possibly.
Because
I wonder, can you go?
A character like walking up to it, so I'm imagining we can go through it, but who knows?
So yeah, the same effects that are in that dark universe, let's say, are the exact same ones where the soldiers are all looking at the kind of like I don't even know how to describe that, like ethereal. I'll just put it in the chat. Like it's the exact same like fantasy effects that you would see in that dark. I'm just going to call it the dark ether, because I feel like what you've just described there is what's happened. You go through that portal and you get basically an upside down kind of thing where everything's still the same, but it's just a different setting, a different skybox setting, etc.
Right.
Shoot. I mean, I guess I should have known the way they so closely follow like pop culture that we would be getting an upside down. I guess the way that the Dark Ether was presented was as such an annihilative realm that it was almost like the destruction of all things down to a level that was, fundamental. But at the same time, originally the Apothicons were banished to the Dark Ether before, and they came back. So
this is true. Yeah, good point.
Yeah, it existing as a realm has been previously implied, or actually not even implied, but explicitly stated.
I guess is that what the ending of Tog was? Everybody getting sent to the Dark Ether?
Yes.
Or was that different? Like, was that collapse? I guess it could have just been collapsing all the universes and then sending it to the Dark Ether. Okay.
Yeah.
It was completely closing all of the dimensions and multiverse stuff,
fractures and stuff,
making it all one universe and locking it in the Dark Ether. That was the finality to that.
There is a depiction in Togner Toten which kind of represents the way things look. It's like there's like a circle, and then above the circle is a picture of the Keepers, and below the circle is a picture of the Apothicons. So it's almost like a depiction of the three dimensions. You have the Dark Ether, you have our dimension, I guess, and then you have the fourth dimension, I suppose, that the Keepers are in. So they exist on a higher dimension from us, whereas the Apothicons almost exist on a lower dimension from us, not structurally, but existentially.
Right.
So I think that's what the end goal was. Well, that's what the situation was prior to the fracturing, was that depiction right there. Keepers, and then us in the middle, and then Dark Ether below. So we're returning to that, except that everything. So it's now everything. There's just Dark Ether and the circle depicting us. And there's nothing above necessarily.
So technically, would each different so were all the dimensions within our universe, and then like the ether and the Dark Ether were like sandwiched over that?
I get what you're asking. I think the terminology has always been so vague.
Or does like each dimension have its own ether and Dark Ether?
No, I think there is. Right? Would you agree, Thor? There's only one Dark Ether and one ether and Dark Ether.
I would
encapsulates all.
I would agree with that. Yes. What I have trouble trying to piece together is that obviously our characters went to the ether. Is that where the house is? Is that where I'm? Is that correct?
Yes.
I think so.
Well, according to Monty, that whole woods thing was the ether, but yeah, I guess the house.
Right.
Revelations is ether, yeah.
Right, got
yeah.
you.
So yeah, the house is in Revelations.
So if we're now saying that the ending of Tag is correct, everything, and that includes the ether itself, is locked into the dark ether. Whereas, so we should now only have two places: the real world and the dark ether.
Yes. Yeah. Well. Restate your question one more time.
I think that's right. I think that's
your assertion or question, however that was.
me.
No, Thor.
I didn't have a question. You asked me.
Sorry, I said
about-
not question. I meant assertion or whatever. Yeah, like what? How did you state that again?
So
That they're-
at the end of Tag, everything gets locked away inside the dark ether, and you've got the real world and the dark ether that are like parallels.
Ah, okay, yeah. So you have. Okay, interesting. Well, parallels. That is interesting. So okay, so like I guess imagine if you had like a, oh god, here I go with one of my far-fetched analogies. You have like a ball, and it has like a central core that's made out of a mirror. So you have a central like mirror ball, and then you have, it's one solid mirror ball, and then you have a surrounding outer shell. If you drop that and the central mirror ball shatters, then you have, I would say the ether is the larger ball containing the mirror ball. So when the ether is, when you drop it and that central ball, which is our universe, shatters, it breaks into multiverses. So,
right.
Yeah, I guess it's almost like Tog or Toten reassembled the mirror ball and then split it out of the containing ball. That's the weirdest thing to say, but
I'm not sure if I believe the ether is encapsulated within the dark ether at this point. What's your reasoning behind that? I'm just curious.
You don't think the ether is encapsulated within the dark ether?
Right, because if we go out of our whatever multiverse into the ether and in Revelations, aren't we then back in the universe or the multiverse in Tog, and that's what gets wiped away?
Yeah, I think it was Tog.
Oh right. Well, okay. Wait, hold on. Because at the end of Tog, we're still in the frozen forest.
Mm-hmm.
But
then Samantha
Eddie and Samantha go out of it, right?
They leave, and then what?
Right. So that would mean to me, if that's part of the ether would still exist.
So yeah, actually, yeah. So I've always kind of struggled with this. Is the one like largest, almost like the largest fictional element of the whole ether story, is that starting like all the way back in or whatever, World at War, all based on that like pre-Einstein, I guess, Einsteinian idea that there was this. Actually, it goes back to Greek science or attempt at science, basically, right? That was suggested that the ether is this ice that we all exist in, the Earth is held in, the space is made of ice, that sort of thing. So like the world of the Weltis, which is specifically referenced back then too, which we clearly know that space is not ice, and so maybe that's why we are here today. So when it's not that explanation of physics that was used during World at War and Black Ops doesn't really align with our real world experience of what physics is.
Right.
So maybe all along we've been existing in the Cold War universe, in the collapsed universe, where physics actually aligns more to the Einsteinian theory as opposed to the Weltis. Does that make sense at all? Sorry, did I
kind of
watch that?
I think I get what you're saying. Like,
two explanations of physics.
Yeah. Right. Like the prior non-collapsed universe held to a different, I guess, physics system.
Yeah.
Whereas the one we're in now. So wait, is that Eddie, or is this like our handler? I guess.
Who, Eddie?
The guy with the eye patch.
No, that's Weaver.
No.
That's Grigori
Uh,
Weaver.
Did they, I swear I heard Sam in the beginning.
Yes.
Were they
Yes,
talking?
you did.
Okay.
Yes, that was Sam.
Okay, so I'm assuming then it's the 80s setup is also to allow like Sam and Eddie to grow up like in the 40s and then be like what, like how old were they back in, were they like 10, 12? So like I don't know.
Something
So let's say
like
they're
that,
like 50 or so, yeah, something like that in the 1980s. So it would make them like
I
50. Okay. So I guess and then are we just using the specialists as the characters? So I guess it's narratively driven by like probably Sam, Eddie, Weaver, but the specialists are just kind of like, you know, they're just there. You choose whoever you want.
Well,
I'm hoping it's not
tweets-
exactly that.
The tweets say that we play as a team called Requiem, or as a
Like operatives,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, they look like the multiplayer specialists.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
So it's okay.
Which is a little bit different. I mean, I would have preferred the
Characters?
Yeah, because you get the characters, you get the character quotes and stuff like that. Like, you just build more.
Yeah, that's why I think it's probably going to be driven by like Weaver, Samantha, Eddie, whatever the Alpha team or whatever, so the Soviet team. Because I guess it's like the characters are just going to have quotes like, "Oh, kill the zombie" or something generic, where
Yeah.
the actual bulk of it will be done. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, I kind of like the idea of like having other characters, but
And I know it probably takes off a load of like creating all these different quotes for the characters. Like I'm sure it lightens the load a bunch, but it'll be a bit different, I think.
My obligatory the Dark Ether kind of looks like, you know, the portals of chaos. So just wanted to say that.
Well, and there's a lot of chaos references. I feel like.
The other thing is, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Walter.
No, you're good. I was gonna mention.
Yeah.
We were talking about the Blight Father dog.
Yeah, the Blightfather
elementals.
Yeah, they look like that. The other strange thing about what was it? Is in the beginning, didn't they say that they're paying homage to like all the zombies' experiences or whatever? There was some quote in the yeah, it was something. Hang on, I'll listen to it again. I'll just make sure. So give me 1 second. But it made it seem like you know, hang on.
Right. Yeah, I believe it. Especially with all the stuff we saw. Yeah.
I want to find that. Yeah.
Sorry.
So give me 1 second, just so I don't make myself look like an idiot.
I've just listened back to the tag ending, and the quote is that they've locked away everything that spewed out of the ether. So to confirm, the ether hasn't been placed within the dark ether, just everything that was created due to or from the ether.
Okay. So the ether's locked away now, and
so
the dark ether
we've
exists.
three places:
Okay, yeah.
ether, dark ether, real world.
Right. Then the ether got locked away into the dark ether. Like
No.
what the, that's what-
No. I think it just got locked somehow.
Like back up.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is like it seemed to me, and that's why I was making the point about the Welties and everything versus our current physics. Is like it seemed to me like that there wasn't a structural issue with the ether, or you know, with the Welties being the fabric of reality. Like that's why I never understood why they locked away all of ether to begin with. That's like saying, you know what? That's fine. Let's just remove oxygen from the equation. You go, wait, what's going to break when you take oxygen out of the equation? Like, if the Welties,
yeah,
well, it is. Isn't the almost? Yeah, I guess that's my next question. Is like, isn't it supposed to be the fabric of reality?
Right, but I think it's just like it's a door that can be like you can go back and forth. I think through the ether in our universe. But now Sam and Eddie somehow, I guess, locked that door. From my understanding,
ether is a door, but like
no. Like
how you access it, I guess.
Yeah. Like I think it's still there. I think it still functions the same.
So the ether is a fabric that ties the dark ether to our universe. I always just thought that like if you see the depictions of space-time warping and everything, like I always imagined that was ether. Like you see the planets, sitting upon a fabric of known in some circles, astrophysics, theoretical astrophysics as the bulk. That essentially was the bulk, that next dimension. below ours.
I would see it as the classic religious depiction of ether being heaven, real world being obviously real world, and then dark ether being like not hell, but like the inverse of our reality.
Oh, okay, interesting.
I don't know about ether being heaven. That's where I feel like that's not really a.
Is it like heaven as in like heaven, or is like heaven as in like the?
I feel like that'd have to be a different.
As a comparison rather than a direct implementation.
Which is like
What about
just
the-
higher plane essentially.
I guess you can kind of make because the whole thing with the keepers and the apothecans is that they were all keepers. I don't know who has biblical knowledge here, but like at one point there was all angels, and then like the angels that like defied whatever got sent down and became demons, kind of thing. Like it's just
Yeah.
name and
I would say, I made an objection to this in Podcaster Toten. Was it actually followed our last watch through of Lost, which, as y'all know, is strong inspiration for zombies. Tak and Bidugi and I were watching through, and we realized, like after the last episode, like, wait a second, it's going to be hard to break this down because it's not just Christian inspiration here. This is, and I'm coming this, as someone, I am pretty well studied in Christology and everything. So, looking at it, like we don't know what all religious traditions it's drawing from. So, what things are supposed to be depicted as, like, so Monty and the Shadow Man do not really equate in any realistic, tangible way to the idea of a Judeo-Christian God and the devil. They're far closer to something like yin yang because of their equivalency. God is supposed to be the highest. It's not even a person, not even the old man with the beard in the sky. That's just like a artistic depiction that has been used, whatever. But its idea of God is like the fulfillment of all things good. And so the devil is actually nothing more, according to the Judeo-Christian tradition, nothing more than just a created being, an angel, a higher being who had the arrogance to believe that he was greater than the greatest good. And so he tried to make himself like the greatest good, and obviously being a created being fell. I wouldn't say that like the comparison then between like Monty and the Shadow Man and that sort of thing is very accurate, because they're clearly equals. So it would be, and they also have bits of each other within them. So if you think of the yin yang symbol, you have the white and you have the black. You have the white within the black. That's pretty much exactly Monty and the Shadow Man. And kind of ties into Lost too, and Lost usage of that sort of yin yang symbology.
Yeah, I think we even get more view of that, like when Monty turns into like the Shadow Man, or like not into the Shadow Man, but like that
is Apothecon head.
Yeah, and Alpha Omega.
Who hasn't seen Lost here actually?
I haven't seen Lost.
Unfortunately, I have.
Oh, come on, Thor. I need some more love for it.
It wasn't
have you seen a whale
until like the last few seasons.
That's if you like, as a big zombies lore fan though, like you seeing comparison, like it's massively inspirational to zombies, like throughout. The Man in Black and Jacob are basically Monty and the Shadow Man. Like they're literally brothers.
Right.
Yeah, and so you have that same like, and the whole thing is like throughout, you even up to the last moment, you don't know which one of them is good, or if either one of them is good. Like it's kind of an arbitrary decision in the end who you wish to stand for. So.
Oh, but speaking of the one thing, just thinking about religious influences, I know this has been mentioned, I think, before, but there's also like the weird, like, if it's also taking inspiration from Gnosticism, with like the whole like maybe like Monty and Shadow Man sort of being like lesser gods or whatever, and there's the god of the material world that keeps you from the real, you know what I mean? Like sort of playing with that kind of concept. So it's sort of like yeah, I just remember hearing that before, and they just sort of reminded me of that. So like, I guess that's how you still could get like some Christian elements, but it's more like Gnostic Christian. But
yeah, that's actually a pretty fair call. I mean, because when those things start crossing, I mean, honestly, that's the roots of a lot of that sort of stuff. Is when information starts crossing, the traditions start crossing.
Yeah, the only thing I wonder is I know Monty, there's the quote in Revelations where he says this isn't the afterlife, and that's a whole nother can of worms. I don't think we've ever really seen what the afterlife is, and Alcatraz is sort of like a pocket dimension, and those souls are being released, so it's like wondering like what is the real afterlife and who's I don't know if that's factored.
Played Infinite Warfare Zombies.
I guess that's true. That's where it is. Oh yeah. So the quote is, I misquoted, but it says our entire zombies heritage, which I just feel is like a weird kind of, because they mention, you know, zombies comes out in World at War. Now obviously everything's under the Call of Duty umbrella, so it's like it's not explicitly stated they're talking about Treyarch, but I don't know. I just find that that's a weird quote that like it says it pays homage to our entire zombies heritage. So do you mean all of Treyarch's? Because that. I mean, it's another Treyarch installment, so why do you need to say entire? You know, it's just the same series. It's not like Chaos. So I don't know what they meant by that. But
I guess they might be leaving it open that they could draw from Infinite Warfare if they wanted to.
I was gonna say, yeah, like the whole like Raven the Redwoods vibe and the perks being kind of, I guess, 90s themed.
Yeah, like
give me the vibe of Infinite Warfare Zombies.
Yeah, I bet you they're probably using like Infinite Warfare and Chaos or whatever as sort of like backup cards or whatever to just throw in, you know, what they need in the the news story.
Sure, like the whole
World War II,
that like the intro scene or whatever with the Russians.
Yeah.
Going into like the hidden bunker, it's like very World War II.
Yeah.
I think Whale made the comment too, like when we first got the few teaser. Like
that same like dark kind of
gritty
setting.
Well, it makes me wonder how much of it did Sledgehammer kind of kickstart, and did they just sort of take that and put it into that? That's what I always wondered. I don't know, like, did they just get kicked off before the Treyarch came in with zombies, or was this like a, you know, because supposedly there's a Vietnam map, right? That's also the other one that's been like the rumored, but we haven't gotten any. Because maybe that's where
anything about
yeah, that's the other one that's been. I don't know if you guys. Yeah.
Those are there's like all the multiplayer specialists.
No, I was.
Is the Vietnam?
Sorry, I was just commenting on the Pack-a-Punch machine in the back.
Yeah. No, sorry, that wasn't to you. I just meant.
You guys not see that? It's like a huge like.
It's like a jet engine, right?
Yeah, there's like something inside of it. It's like, what happened? What happened?
Oh my! What in the world? Yeah.
I just want to know what's the announcer? Who's that going to be? And like, are we also
Samantha then?
Is it going to be like Eddie and Sam? I was are they? No, sorry. What I meant was, are Eddie and sorry, I kind of jumped topics here, but Eddie and Sam, it kind of happens a lot. But if Eddie and Sam have their own agenda, is one going to side with the Soviets, one going to side with the United States, or are they kind of like, say, what was it, their own kind of entity? And you know what? In the beginning too, the woman on the payphone. I mean, at first I thought she was, unless they're sort of the two competing groups are actually kind of working together. Is it because is it a justification for why you can play the like Spetsnaz and Soviet multiplayer specialists and also the U.S. forces?
Possibly.
Because they mentioned there's because like that. So I wonder like. Because at first I thought it was someone from the Soviet Union defecting and helping the CIA, but then I think isn't there one scene where it flashes between the two, like Gregory and then the woman on the payphone, which makes me think that it's like they're, you know, one's the CIA, the other one is the Soviet team.
I like your idea there, with obviously Sam trying to help close the portals to the Dark Ether, and maybe Eddie from Cal's post ages ago about his egotistical side, him wanting to be able to tap into it, control it, and be able to unleash havoc and, you know, be that top guy that he always wants to be. So I like your idea there of warring sides. Samantha and Weaver wanting to try and close the portals to the Dark Ether, then Richtofen and whoever wanting to keep them up and control it.
Yeah, which interests me because if we see a grown-up Eddie, I mean, Nolan North said he's not in it, but like, is it?
Oh yeah.
but like, is it I don't know, the whole like video of I guess they're stupid TikTok things. They seemed like too giddy or whatever.
I don't like that TikTok. Just because, why would you announce that you're not in something?
And like they're like joking with each other about it. Like, I don't know. To me, it just seems like it's a little like, especially with the whole like emotional goodbye video that they had before, and then it's like, haha, like lol, we're not in the game, but I'm gonna make funny quotes from Richtofen. It's like
that's kind of the thing. They have that emotional goodbye video. We know that you're not going to be in games after that, so why do you need to make an announcement saying again you are not going to be in games? Like there is something there.
It's just they're too giddy too. It's not like, hey guys, appreciate it, but you know, my story ended. It's like, nope, I'm going to make the funny voices, and so I guess maybe it's like Richtofen might not come back, but I guess he's playing it. But Eddie is different. I don't know.
Maybe as a playable character.
Yeah.
So we might still see him in cutscenes.
I don't know. It seemed like it was pretty cut and dry that they were not gonna. I don't know. Also, I think maybe the Dark Ether portal spawns in the Pack-a-Punch, because I think it's at the same location.
Yeah, it looks like they're in that little catwalk walkway area.
Yeah.
And then in the trailer there as well, the machine does fire up and creates a portal, and then that's obviously there.
I almost wonder too if the collapsing of the multiverse is another justification for why weird things could show up from other zombies games, because it's like, oh, that was just a separate timeline, but now it's all been condensed into one, why you can sort of have these anomalies.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like I said, that portal, it looks like Prima Materia and just weird stuff. Like, I don't know, just
I wonder if sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, because then you have the duality of like ether and chaos and stuff like that, so it'd be, you know, maybe the Dark Ether somehow is tied more to the Chaos story or something. I don't know. But the other thing I just noticed, I was playing Warzone yesterday. I was trying to get into one of the, like, I guess in the stadium, the locked rooms, and I was just looking up a video, and apparently the symbols in the stadium in Warzone are from Shaolin the Shuffle or whatever.
Yeah.
The one map. So, like, I mean, I'm super late to all that, but it's just weird that, like, I don't know what to make of all these cross-reference things.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I was just gonna say, I wonder if like you gather, let's say for that Pack-a-Punch machine that we see in that screenshot, you gather the jet, whatever that thing is in the middle, you gather the computer that's on the right hand side of that, and you gather a third piece, and then you turn on the Dark Ether machine, it blasts it with Dark Ether energy, and then boom, you get Pack-a-Punch as like a buildable.
Oh.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Did they all? I mean, obviously not wonder weapons, but what was the? How do you feel about the
rarity?
Yeah, or that, and the when they're talking about that you can spawn in with all of your guns from your loadout and stuff like that, and that each one has the potential to become, like, what do they say, like, a super weapon. So like, what does that mean? Because I mean, you can already Pack-a-Punch weapons, but like, are there like wacky kind of attachments you can add? Like, I don't know, your shotgun will then like fire like incendiary rounds or something like that. Like, how do you differentiate that from the actual wonder weapons in the map? And also, what does this mean for gameplay? Because, like, you know how it's like you start off, zombies die in one shot or one knife in the first round. It's like, but if you're coming in with like a fully automatic weapon on like round one, like, is that?
It does feel quite cheap that you have a good gun to start with, so your first 10 to 15 rounds will be easy.
Yeah, see, I feel like it's either going to be easy or they're going to become like sponges, or it's going to be like nerfed to where a pistol, like the starting pistol, is just going to be just as good as like your high powered rifle. Or I guess is it like if you're adding to your
starting pistol anymore, right?
Well, there will be, but you can change it out, I guess.
I'm guessing.
Did you guys see the blog post that Tack put?
Oh no, I'm new.
I'm guessing that they'll have the ranking system in, so that obviously you'll start with your pistol, and then as you rank up, level up, you'll then be able to start with a submachine gun, an assault rifle, stuff like that. I think.
So it'd be similar. Okay. Yeah, so sort of like what Black Ops 4 did, but more in line with traditional Call of Duty multiplayer.
Yeah.
So then it actually means that, you know, the more you play, I guess the more viable it is, I guess, in terms of the meta, that like, oh, you know, I don't want to start with like fresh new people or whatever. Like you need to have someone there who maybe has like the good stuff from the start.
Yeah, that blog is good.
There's
I think it answered some
lot.
questions you had, Navers.
There is a
Oh,
lot.
Yeah, Smith, AGB, and all that kind of stuff.
Oh shoot, for reals.
There is a lot
My
to
body's,
unpack
my
here.
body's like in control of me more than my brain. I'm like hyperventilating even though my brain is in opposition to what I'm hearing. You say that and like all of a sudden I can't breathe.
There's a point they make too that we can track intel in game. I think it'll be like intel in Warzone. You find pieces around the map and then
It seems like it's also they could do stuff like in real time, or like, you know, if like the next map reveal, you have to go on, you know, this map, and then maybe there's like a, you know, you can look at like I don't know, interface with something, and then it'll reveal something like exactly what you're saying with Warzone.
Yeah.
The whole thing with the Omega Group and Requiem. So like, is that just, you know? First of all, it makes me think Grief, and then second of all, like what if you are able to choose your characters? Because looked like the red-haired operator. Is she? I thought maybe I'm wrong, but I thought like, are they tied to the either like Spetsnaz or CIA? Because like, what happens if you choose a mixed group of people? Is it just like a kind of a fluffy way of saying, oh, Omega and Requiem are there at the same time, like canon-wise, but like when you're playing, you can be a mix of the two?
I feel like when they first launched it, you could either play on one team or the other. Am I wrong about that? But I think now you can play as anybody. I can't remember though.
Oh, so Sam's intel deep within the KGB. So does that mean Eddie is helping the CIA?
Eddie will be Omega Group, surely.
Well, it says among this cast there is one particular contact, Sam, who is eager to share intel discovered from deep within the KGB. So wouldn't it mean that Requiem's contact might be Eddie? If Samantha's with the KGB?
I think it's saying that Sam's in between those two groups. She's not necessarily.
Oh, she's an undercover operative.
Yeah, unless she's with, that's true.
That's what it sounds like, that she's gone undercover into the KGB and she's relaying intel to Weaver.
Interesting.
There's so much to go through here.
Yeah, they just
there's so much.
Stuff.
Like
so you can. So I wonder if you craft the weapons and stuff. Can you keep them then, or do you just craft them each round, like before?
Like
explosive bows, yo.
Everything we spoke about for the last. Everything we spoke about for the last 50 minutes is very surface level. Like, we haven't even gone frame by frame into the trailer yet.
Oh god, it's gonna be so good. I already know. You just to think that everything that we've dove into has the past.
There's no longer a limit to how many different perks you can consume.
Yay!
Alcoholic.
You know what? The Requiem team gives me some vibes of the story behind the multiplayer map Artifact, the one in Black Ops 4, because it was such a weird storyline where it's tied to the Museum of Unnatural History. It's like an archaeological dig, and the whole thing is that it's the specialists and I guess they say mercenaries versus Black Ops, and so it's like what is a CIA tied group like doing at this dig site? So it almost makes me wonder if that's like the precursor to Requiem, or the Requiem is the precursor to what that group is, because then it would explain like, oh, I guess they just investigate these anomalies.
Wait. New video.
Yeah, you got a new video.
Where?
It's intro.
The intro cinematic.
This is the reveal trailer. So this is just the free cut video.
This is the intro.
No, this is new, Hunter.
Right. Okay.
Oh, what?
Wait.
Hold on. I'm getting there.
Can we 3, 2, 1 it?
Yeah. Yes.
2 seconds.
Hang on a minute. Pause.
I was not expecting this. Okay.
Full screen. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'll let someone come. All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Strong language.
1983.
Dude, Shadow of the Evil is for sure.
Right. Oh, it feels so good, honestly. I never thought I'd say that.
I want a PS5.
Yeah.
PC. Buy a new computer.
Okay, so is there?
Langley.
Did you get the package?
We've lost 2 teams since you went dark. Old war footage is the last thing on my mind right now.
Watch it. Watch the tape. Then tell me I'm wrong.
See, is that Sam?
Yes.
Yes.
I have
Okay.
Samantha, yeah.
How did you get hold of this?
A friend in the KGB.
A friend.
Germans have Russian friends.
Uh-oh.
That's
An
Eddie.
old friend. That's Eddie.
Late.
Yeah.
In Station. Project In Station.
Mm-hmm. Where's the Geigometer?
Heavy Origins vibes.
Yeah.
This is so great.
Kelvin.
Better than Origins, honestly.
What the hell is that?
World War II vibes.
That is why you needed to see the tape. The machina.
The Machina.
Oh, this is so creepy. Oh, I love it.
Zombie rig topping confirmed.
So yeah, so the Nazis were definitely experimenting, trying to get into the dark ether.
Yep.
Russians showed up.
Stay with me, Weaver. The next part was shot 1 week later.
Oh, okay.
1 week later.
So we're
They
kinda-
got it under control.
It's a cleanup crew. Poor bastards.
The picture.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we get exfil these days now, is because there's actually...
They tried to bury it.
And it stayed there.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, they're locking the guy inside. What the hell? That's dark.
Yeah, that's
Why are you
actually.
gonna send him in there?
Happening again. Have you heard of the Omega?
You have to turn yourself in. The CIA can protect you. I can protect you.
I can't do that, Weaver. The Omega Group have plans for the outbreak zones. I have to stay in the field.
Sam, please.
I'm sorry. This is the only way.
This is the only way. So Sam and Weaver are a thing, I guess.
No, don't
Unless
say
they're just really close operatives. He sounds a little bit emotional about it.
Don't.
I know. Yeah, I know. I just...
Hey, nice.
Nice, okay.
It would be really
Let's
great if they
go.
weren't a thing. If I just like read too much into that, I did. I'm just gonna say that I read too.
Well, I also got the impression, how old is...
Just respect each other as like as fellow operatives.
Right.
Also, I feel like she looks a little
Yeah,
young
never.
for how... I guess we don't know when they went back,
Yeah.
but I imagine it would be fitting if they just sort of were...
Wait.
Like, I feel like it would make sense for her to go back to, you know, the 1940s, right? Her and Eddie, to kind of then relive their child. Because, like, where would they go if it's supposed to be this collapsed timeline and I guess things sort of play out normally? Why would they, like, wind up in anywhere else other than the 1940s? Which also makes me wonder...
Young, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know how young she is.
Yeah.
Which makes me wonder, is Maxis not a part of the... Or is she there to, like, spy on her father?
Maxis is dead.
Yeah, but I meant growing up. Like, because she obviously, like, knows about everything that happened beforehand.
Yeah.
And the Germans were obviously experimenting, so it's like, is when the universe was
Whoa.
restored, like, where'd they go back to? Or what, like, family?
No, but
Is it not Group 3935 experimenting again though? That's what
Yeah.
I think. Is Maxis really dead in
Yeah,
this universe?
Or does she finally have like a happy life with her family?
Wait, so
Surely that's the reason why she has this kind of like vengeance to close all of these dark ether portals or anomalies, so that everything in that universe doesn't come through, and also it destroys everything, like she says in Alpha Omega. Because she'll still have that vengeance, won't she?
Yeah, I'm just wondering like what she did for 20 to 40 years, depending on where she like where they went back to.
yeah.
But I guess it's kind of like what we said, Hunter, in the podcast, maybe like trying to pull the ether from all of its meddling points in the universe, just kind of collapses everything into one straight timeline. And so it's not like, I guess, the world is remade anew, it's just stitched back together. So like I feel like it would make sense then she just winds up going back home to seeing Maxis, but a Maxis who didn't experiment with 935 or Element 115 or something.
I don't think you can reintroduce Maxis.
Well, I mean, he definitely is like can be gone by now. I'm just saying, I'm just curious how they grew up. Where did they go? Because they're two kids, you know, and they get sent into this new world. So to me, it would make sense that they get sent back into the new world, into their old families, and then they just kind of are raised into adulthood. Or like, has she just been like roughing it for the last like 40 years on her own?
Surely they are then I can't even think of the words. They're orphans. They go into a system, live a normal life, whatever, and then when these things start happening, these anomalies start happening, they kind of have to spring into action because they're the only ones that know about this thing.
No, I mean, I think that part's definitely true. I was just curious because also just where they wound up. I don't know. That's just kind of what I'm finding. Yeah. She looks young, so like, yeah, it's like, okay, then she would have to have been orphaned. I don't know. It's just, I guess like the way I can conceptualize it is just everything gets stitched back together, and they're not like starting from scratch in a new universe. It's like the universe was fractured, and then they put the pieces back together, and then they're just dropped in some spot in time. And I guess, yeah, maybe they're German orphans or something like that. It's just weird because I feel like thematically it would make sense if they went back to where they were kids. It's like you can finally have your childhood back, and then they get to be adults by the time there's this setting. But I don't know, she looks super young, so maybe she did wind up in like they wound up in like 1960s Europe or something like that. No, I don't know. It's weird. Yeah. The whole thing's weird.
Wait, Whale, did you say late? I'm
sure she said late friend, but that was because I had the subtitles on.
Yeah, she said friend, definitely.
And then late friend, I think.
Then Weaver says Germans have friends in the KGB.
Hold on, let me see. Gonna go back and watch it.
Mental. Again, just so much to fucking go through.
Okay, so he says.
A friend in the KGB. Late.
Yeah, a late friend.
Late friend. So
to me, like Eddie's dead.
Someone's passed away. Yeah.
Wait, who's he refer to as a late friend?
She just says Fred,
yeah,
the person who gave her the footage. But I'm.
Oh, okay.
But that's also from the Porntex Porn website, and isn't it like find the footage in the house kind of thing?
What did you say? Sorry.
Right. From the ARG.
Like that video specifically was the one that was referenced in the ARG.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't sound like Eddie owns the video.
Right. I think he just passed it along to Samantha, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, no, I think it's a girl.
Is the girl not the one that's... Is the girl not Samantha? I just assumed...
I think there's two girls, because there's one who's recording and saying, my sister's not like this. Like, it's going to raise some eyebrows if she gets captured. She'll talk.
Oh, the Tatiana?
Yeah, that...
Oh, okay. I thought that was just her code name.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
Okay.
What did I miss?
I don't know. Did you see... Wait, who's talking?
Is why you needed to see the tape.
Okay.
What, it was something.
I don't know.
I guess a miss just happened there.
I think we're just trying to determine who the video came from.
No.
Well, I mean, Tatiana.
Can everyone hear me?
Right.
Yeah.
I guess I missed that. I was a little tuned out.
Maybe they're watching something.
It came from Tatiana, so that's her contact in the KGB, right?
Right, so it's not Richtofen or Eddie.
Right.
True. One thing in the intro, obviously she's speaking English all the way through, but then says "the machine." So is this something that's just branded?
I think that's just the German word for the machine, right?
Yeah, but she's speaking English all the way through. Why would she revert to German to name the thing unless it's just a name drop of the map?
Maybe the Germans refer to it as Die Machine. That's just she's just referring to it by its formal title, same way as you would Die Glock.
I guess, but she's speaking English all the way through, and she's speaking to someone who understands English, so surely she would say the machine.
Would you call Die Glock the bell?
No, but that's not in this context, is it?
You might have me there because I guess I spoke too soon. This is when she's talking to
Weaver on the phone.
Weaver.
Enjoy.
Have a good one.
Okay.
See ya. That was awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye, Whale.